About a quarter of the Indian subcontinent is covered in grasslands and open natural ecosystems. Today, these critical habitats are teetering on the edge of oblivion. Wildlife filmmaker Sumant Kuduvalli is exploring these vast open lands to showcase their amazing wildlife in the hope of reconnecting people and the landscapes they live in and conserving them for future generations.
In this film, I explore the grasslands in search of stories, following the lives of a charismatic species of antelope called the Blackbuck. I get up close, capturing some intimate behavior and witness the challenges they face as the future of these wild open spaces hangs in the balance.
Land of the Blackbuck. Morning echoes to the calls of peacocks. It is nearly the end of winter. A group of female blackbucks is feeding on grass that is still in plentiful supply. One of the older females, Dia, has recently given birth and is busy tending to her young calf. Her group is constantly moving, a nomadic ballet forever in pursuit of fresh pastures. And Dia and her calf will have to keep up. Near a wooded patch further away, a male group is coming together. Deva, with his striking jet black coat and spiraling horns, is the oldest and most powerful male and is on a lookout for a mate. Dia and her calf, straggling behind, catch Deva's attention. But with a baby in tow, Dia's energies are focused on her calf's needs. At the edge of the patch, where the land breaks into loose soil, spiny-tailed lizards have made their home. They cautiously emerge from their burrows to feed and bask in the sun. A male has spotted a female and makes a dash for her. But his enthusiasm is checked by some rivals whom he first needs to fight off. Having successfully dealt with the competition, he bobs his head in the direction of the female, signaling his intentions. As she struggles to free herself from his clutches, he nibbles her, trying to persuade her to mate. A lagar falcon watches the proceedings intently. One of the lizards spots the falcon and everyone flees into their burrows. Except for this momentarily distracted lizard. A stark reminder of the constant perils on these open lands. Blackbucks exhibit a rare behavior seen in only 1% of mammals worldwide. They congregate in large groups to create individual territories called lek, marking them with repeated defecation and urination. Leks serve as female magnets and are fiercely guarded against male intruders. In a crowded lek, trespassing is inevitable, prompting Deva to disperse the young males and diffuse the tension. In search of food, the female group has now reached closer to the male camp, and Deva is quick to notice. He leaves his camp to inspect the female group for a potential mate. Weary from traveling, the females show no interest in him. His impatience gets the better of him and he charges through the herd, trying to separate a female from the herd. Dia and her calf are caught in the fray and get separated. Away from its mother, the calf becomes an easy target for potential dangers lurking in the grass. But Dia has managed to escape, and the calf makes a dash for the safety of its mother. Deva has a limited time to secure a female before the group moves away. But the females are in no mood to cooperate. The days are becoming warmer, and a new day brings new challenges. Deva's old competitor is back to stake his claim. He's lost a horn from a fight the previous year. But he's keen to make a comeback. The limitation of a single horn, coupled with Deva's renewed vigor, makes this a rather one-sided affair.
The day is almost done, and I have stumbled across something very interesting. This is the first time such behavior is being filmed. Disadvantaged males such as this one here with the chipped horns need to come up with unique strategies in order to secure a mate.
He picks up a vine, seemingly dressing up his antlers, maybe even attempting to distract from their imperfection, and pursues the females. The females, however, are not interested or impressed. As summer sets in, the land takes on a golden hue. Most of the grass has dried up. Nursing mothers use what little nutrition is left in the grass to provide milk for their newborns. The females, drawing closer to the male camp, face relentless advances from the males. But they are met with little success. The male camp becomes a battlefield of desperation as testosterone-fueled males begin to spar at one another. Even a stray female is not spared as she bears the brunt of males high on energy. It's time for Deva to restore order and assert his dominance. little fox cubs, just a few weeks old, are peering out of their burrow to see what's keeping their mother. She has been waiting patiently on the other side for the battling Blackbucks to finish up and clear her path. Having spent the night away from them, foraging for food, morning brings an opportunity for the family to regroup and spend time together. Back at the lake, luck finally seems to be favoring the males. She is Diya and she is in Deva's lake. Walking around his lake, she is getting a measure of Deva. Diya is sizing up Deva at close quarters. Deva is desperate, but he knows that Diya must take her time. Mating is a brief affair in the Blackbuck world, lasting just a few seconds. If they are successful, the couple will have added yet another Blackbuck to their still healthy population. As summer progresses, the availability of fresh grass declines. The once green land now wears a desolate look. With summer in full strength, even the last lake has dried up, and mothers are having a hard time feeding their young. For some, however, this adversity is a potential opportunity. This wooded patch serves as a refuge for animals wanting to escape the intense heat, and Blackbucks are also making a beeline for it. A young female succumbs to the heat before she makes it to the patch, and these vigilant vultures descend silently and wait their turn. Curiously, 2 female Blackbucks brave the heat to visit the dead female. A moment later, Deva too arrives at the scene. He spends time sniffing and moving around her. Finally, defecating next to her.
We still don't understand the meaning of his actions.
Deva is back at the scene. Only a few bones and skin are left of the female Blackbuck. What brings him back is still a mystery. Was she a friend? A mate? A sister? Is death more than the mere passing of a group member? We may never know. The last remains of the carcass are taken away by a dog from the nearby village. It is now early June, and the spotless blue sky begins to change. The rains have washed away the scars of a brutal summer, and hope of renewal flows afresh across the grassland. The season of plenty is here again. Back in the grassland, there is more trouble brewing. Blackbucks enjoying the fresh supply appear oblivious to their surroundings. And someone has been waiting for this moment. A group of wolves. They hunt once every 5 days on average, and a distracted blackbuck is an ideal target. These hunters are the primary predators of these grasslands. But something about today is different. A group of feral dogs moves in towards the herd. This team of feral dogs has outsmarted the wolves. The regularity of feral dogs competing with wildlife has negative consequences, and in this case, on the endangered wolf population and the blackbucks. These are the Kuruba shepherds who rear the native Dakkani black sheep. The sheep provide wool for the famous Kambli blankets, also called Ghongadi and Gongali. With declining populations of the Dakkani, these woolen blankets are becoming a thing of the past. Shrinking grasslands and invasive plant species are affecting both the sheep and the livelihood of those dependent on them. The effect of a healthy grassland is not only evident on the land, but is also visible underground. Underground water transportation systems called karays or kannat are prevalent across the world in arid landscapes to conserve precious drinking water. During the 15th and 16th centuries, similar systems were built in the city of Bidar in India to ensure water supply for the erstwhile Bahamani capital. Curiously, recent studies have thrown light on the uniqueness of the Bidar karays. Much of Bidar's topsoil is laterite, a porous stone formed from a process of prolonged tropical weathering called laterization, making it a perfect aquifer and hence is not only a transportation system but also a harvesting system. And experts believe that at the height of its efficiency, this could serve close to 40,000 people today. These landscapes, however, are under imminent threat. Developmental activities are altering the porosity of the topsoil, which will permanently damage the water table, rendering the Bidar karays useless. Unscientific linear infrastructure projects are further affecting the wild population of the grasslands. However, not all hope is lost. This patch of woodland is a plantation dominated by an invasive species. With an aim to correct this problem, the Karnataka Forest Department in Bidar has initiated a grassland restoration drive. By removing some trees and increasing open spaces, this initiative will not only support biodiversity, but also help in combating climate change. Recent studies have proved that grasslands sequester as much carbon per area as wooded forests, and are better carbon sinks as the sequestered carbon is locked underground forever. Further scientific research embodied with indigenous knowledge will help us understand the critical relationships in grassland habitats and thus help preserve grasslands and their inhabitants.
Grasslands are still largely treated as wastelands, a misnomer that has stuck for a very long time. But as we have seen, grasslands have more to offer than we ever thought and are critical for safeguarding our country's rich biodiversity. Spending time in these landscapes have offered up new perspectives and new experiences. I have had the privilege to witness firsthand some spectacular stories unfolding in this humble yet rich, complex landscape. I leave a richer man with new stories to tell, hopeful that I may spark some concern and care for these lands and their place in the continued health of both people and the planet.